against my enemies, yeah. You see, you wanted to save you, and then learn how to raise you. But I forget you're from the wilderness.
Hello everyone, what is up? I am Rob.
I know.
It is a baby mini Fuzz, Eamon.
Little baby.
A little baba mini Fuzz. Hope everyone's well. Hope you're, having a good day and all that shit. We have Eamon, a new mascot for the studio.
Yeah.
Made by Tony Bolognese. How cool is that?
It's unsettling, but made with great care. It looks fantastic.
It's class, isn't it?
Looks fantastic.
I seen this on our Discord. Bolognese posted it, totally unrelated, and I was like, yeah, I want that for the studio. So she was kind enough to send it over, and now we have it. I have a name, I think. I'll fly it by you and you can tell me what you think. Drusilla?
Yeah, Buffy
Is
connection.
that a Drusilla?
Yeah, I'm into that, Drusilla.
It looks like a Drusilla, right?
Oh, Spike. You better fuck off. Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah. So she looks a bit like a Drusilla. So there's the name. We've got a lot in this little mini Fuzz. We've got a very cool Japanese witch story. I mean, who doesn't want Japanese witches? We have a bit more spooky stuff about growing your own skin and putting it over robots,
the Japanese lads are at that. Yeah, pretty.
And
good.
then we have stuff about a Russian spy whale. So
Unbelievable.
What more?
Unbelievable selection.
What more could you really want? But before we get to that, we'd like to remind everyone: leave a review if you can. If you don't have any coin to spare, head on over to Apple Podcasts, leave a review over there, or iTunes, those places, Spotify. Just a little rating thing up there. Leave a rating if you can do. If you want to do a little bit more, we would like to encourage you to head on over to Patreon or the Fuzzy Club over on Apple. Basically, ad-free episodes. You get your exclusive episodes. You get the odd video. Finally started the Japanese vlog, actually. So that's going to be a while to get done, but it's in the works. If they have any spooky stories, Eamon, where do they send them?
If you've seen something that has unnerved you to the point of wanting to write into us and have it read out on a mini Fuzz, monsterfuzzpodcast@gmail.com. Send them in and we'll read them out.
Yeah, absolutely. And a little spoiler alert for next week. Oh boy, do we have a good episode for you next Monday. It's not part 2 of the 100 Demons, 200 Demons House. That's coming the following week. It is, well, maybe the following week. It is an interview with none other than Brother Richard Hendrick.
It's fun. It's like, I don't know. I'm like, look, maybe I'm stuttering. It was one of those interviews you do where at the end of it, we both were like, I wanted to talk for way longer. It was a great conversation.
There's moments as podcasters where, because it's a very sort of indoor hobby where you don't really meet people and you're just doing your thing in your room and putting it out there. There's moments that you get that kind of energize you and reinvigorate you and remind you why you do it. Recently, the whole Scotland trip and meeting Joanna Carnes, that was fantastic. Little set of circumstances that was like, that's super cool. But this Brother Richard run was absolutely one of those because such a cool conversation and really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like we were both like Leonardo DiCaprio and Wolf of Wall Street. We were like, sell. No, I didn't realize I'd heard Brother Richard say on several times on Strange Familiars. Met him very briefly at our live show. But did you feel that there's just this calming energy? He's talking about spooky things, but it's a very and I love the fact that his order is there's an open sort of it makes me want to be a friar. Friar O'Neill.
Yeah, no, it was super cool. And I think
really good,
I think all of our listeners will really enjoy it.
I think so.
We get into some really cool stuff. Bit of exorcism
bit
talk,
of
bit of paranormal, bit of ghosts.
There's some good sort of folklore. There's some good history of the Capuchins. Capuchins.
No, Capuchin. You were right
Capuchin,
the first time.
Sorry, yeah.
Capuchin's the monkey.
They're cool too. We don't talk about them much.
No.
But it has a little bit of everything, a little bit of levity, a little bit of nerd talk, because Brother Richard is he'd be a fan of kind of comic books and stuff like that as well. So it's got a bit of everything, but some of those stories though, like I said, I'm alone tomorrow night in the house, and I am gonna start thinking about things, and I'm gonna feel unsettled.
Yeah, so be sure to tune in for next Monday's episode
Yeah,
with Brother Richard.
great.
It doesn't disappoint. It's very,
And if it
very
does,
good.
it's on you. It's not on him and it's not on us. You need to go have a think to yourself about what's wrong with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So as I do with these mini fuzzes when I put them together, I had a little peruse around the internet, and I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the paranormal, one of the paranormal subreddits, and I'm going to go for the most upvoted story of all time
Wow.
on that subreddit.
Very clever.
And yeah, so I was like, I wanted to get something like this. Just what do people want the most? And this is apparently it. So this is called the White Witch. Some of you listeners, like, I'd imagine other podcasts have probably covered this at one point in time, maybe. But it's quite cool. Eamon, if you would like to take it away.
Is this a true spooky story or just a fictitious spooky story? Or do we
True,
not know?
true, I believe.
Wow, okay.
I think so.
Okay, so here we go. The
Christian
White
has
Witch-
lost us his name, by the way.
Yeah, I was like, are these two stories?
Yeah.
So Christian is Lost writes The White Witch. In the early 80s, I lived in Okinawa, Japan. My dad thought that seeing the world would be an adventure that would help my brother and I become better men. And I have to say, I think he was right. Being in the military showed me cultures many would never get to experience, and I am thankful for that experience that life gave me. Even the scary ones. While we lived in Japan, my father wanted to have a fully immersive experience, so he chose to move us into a small Japanese neighborhood off base. We lived in a little house at the top of an enormous hill in a cul-de-sac that overlooked, I kid you not, part of a huge zoo, and on one side a fairly large cemetery. Our particular house was set far above the monkey habitats about a mile downhill. Between us and those habitats was nothing but thick Indiana Jones style jungle. Jungle the neighborhood kids and I would tromp through endlessly, ignoring the local warnings about poisonous snakes and ancient untripped mines from World War II. We were the only American family living in that cul-de-sac, completely surrounded by Japanese families, and it was amazing. The kids loved us, and although we couldn't communicate through language very well, we understood each other perfectly. Well, most of the time. Opposite us was an older couple with a lush garden surrounding their property. The older woman wanted us to call her Mama-san, and she had us helping her garden whenever she could coax us over with green tea and chocolate banana cookies. Lovely. We loved her. She was so welcoming and generous. As was everyone else, actually. We lived in a wonderful neighborhood. The only drawback to Mama-san's home, however, was that she directly overlooked the cemetery. And that cemetery was unlike any cemetery I had ever been before. Because Okinawa is an island, burials don't happen very often. Instead, above ground crypts are built. Many of them built into the sides of the hills that make up the island. The crypts are large, made of huge arcs of polished stone set over a large square of that stone, which has a square insert cut into the middle of it for the coffin to be placed inside. Once inside, the square is inset with another piece of polished stone just inside, leaving a kind of shelf on the outside so offerings could be made to the lost loved ones. Yen, food, flowers, incense, and some of the offerings given. Below Mama-san's house was a valley that swooped back up into another hill opposite her home. That valley and both hills were covered with these crypts, and spider webbing up and down through the crypts were various stone step pathways that were old and badly maintained. It was quite a sight.
What offering would you leave outside my grave?
Outside your grave, Street Fighter anniversary collection.
That'd be class.
Yeah, I'd have to leave video games. At your grave. What would you leave in my grave?
Yeah. Mega Man 10 or something on PS1.
Stuff like, I think just anything, any old, like they're ridiculously expensive offerings.
Mega Man 8. Mega Man 8 is down the retro shop downtown.
How much they charge for Mega Man 8?
I think it's about €80 or €90.
Sexy Mega Man. It's €80 Mega Man. Yeah, I was actually thinking about this recently.
Wow.
I don't know, there was some song, I don't know how it crossed my head. It was something about you as your coffin's being lowered into the ground. Song to play over it, and I can't remember what it was. It was something funny though.
Mine?
Yeah, though I had this.
I know what it is.
What is it?
It's probably Could It Be Magic, is it?
Probably is.
Sweet Melissa, angel of my lifetime.
Do you know what they have in the book center?
Oh.
I was going to pick it up for you, but I didn't have money. They have a book, Nick Drake,
Oh, cool.
a big biography of him. It's very thick now.
Oh, yeah.
It's a thick old biography.
It's funny because he died when he was like 25 and he smoked a lot of hash and went mad, so I can't imagine there being that much in
We're
it.
both basically exactly the same, but we didn't die when we were 25. Nick Drake could have been talking about ghouls if he just kept going a little longer.
I don't know what music I play you going down in your grave. The Passenger or something like that. Sludge Factory.
What's that? Yes, Sludge Factory.
Yeah, I don't know. I play like some.
I don't think you're allowed.
Final Fantasy VII World Theme.
Yeah, that was actually. I think that was what I was saying.
That's beautiful. I'm touched.
Put in the Final Fantasy music.
I'm touched. I
Put in One Winged Angel as you just go down. Yeah, that's an interesting one because the church. There's a lot of songs they don't let you play.
No.
Like I remember I sang Hallelujah.
Yeah,
but you had to kind of mumble over some of the
euphemisms.
parts. Yeah, because my nanny heard me sing it.
Yeah.
I thought I've sang that like 4 funerals.
Yeah.
Like enough is enough.
Lovely.
It's not nice. It's not. It's like not that it's not nice. It's nice, and I only sang it at the people's funerals who asked me. But like, it's you feel the song, you know, because you're singing all this. And you're doing like getting tears and all.
It should be Could It Be Magic.
I think
Barry
that
Manilow,
if I ever sing at another funeral, I'll say, no, I think you'd rather me sing this song.
Lady, take me high up on a hillside.
Come into my arms.
I mean, Could It Be Magic is probably the best song ever because it has Chopin at the start of it. You see, Barry Manilow just knows me. Do you know?
He does.
When he wrote that song before I was born.
He was like,
it was like,
you know, there's
this
a young fella
fella's
who's
going to be
love
born.
this now back. I tell you, he'd be going around Wales and he loved
Irish
it.
blood in him as well. Great
How
fella,
many
Barry
times did
Manilow.
we listen to that in a row when we were in Snowdon?
Oh, a lot. It's probably one of my most played songs
Because
this year and last year.
The irony then is we
Spotify
started
Wrapped.
to listen to the Take That version afterwards and critique how it wasn't as
bullshit.
good as the Barry
If
Manilow
listeners, if you want to find out some bullshit, go and watch Barry Manilow and Take That doing Could It Be Magic. Take That, do the start bit like.
Yeah.
And then Barry Manilow comes out looking like Baby Yoda. He looks like me granny going down to bingo. He comes out and he fucking smokes the two cunts. He's like,
Of course he does.
He's like,
Barry
bitches,
Manilow.
I'll show you how
He's
to
like,
sing.
not only did I write this song, but I'm sorry, I'm Barry Manilow.
Let me just smoke these and play a bit of piano. But anyway, that's enough gushing about Barry Manilow. That's a whole other podcast episode.
Now,
let's be honest.
first of all, there's never enough gushing about Barry Manilow.
There's not enough, I would write.
There's not enough,
it's
yeah.
not.
Never,
we need to
ever
raise the
enough.
awareness of Barry Manilow.
Right, and so I'm just thinking about Barry Manilow. And I was thinking about the majesty of that song.
Oh, there's no better song. It's underrated.
It is Sweet Melissa. It is Sweet Melissa. It's always been Sweet Melissa.
She's the angel of my lifetime. I mean,
my God. One evening, Mama-san asked me to come visit with her alone. She had something to show me, but it was only for me as the older brother. Where is this going to go?
Not well.
Intrigued and a bit proud, I agreed. She took me to the back of her garden and sat me on a thick wooden bench that was carved with scenes of fishermen and men with swords and told me she had a story to tell. Mama-san then disappeared for a few minutes and soon returned with a tray that held hot green tea and sweet rice cakes. I saw Timson's there last week when I was in England.
Oh, did you? Nice.
I was just about, and a wee oat cake came into my mind there.
Timson's heel bar.
The local Gotstick coffee. Sitting next to me, she smiled and commented on the colours of the evening sky as the sun began to set. Mama-san said she had seen me, my brother and some other kids daring each other to follow a stairway path down into the cemetery. You have to understand the path from our little home area down to the cemetery consisted of hundreds of steps, many broken or cracking, in and out of bushes and at a steep incline. It would be dangerous for anyone, but the real test was seeing how long we could take walking through the crypts at night. Mama-san wanted to explain why this was a bad idea. That's the story when you go back in time. Many years ago, during the war, Americans were thought to be the devils. Get out of here, white devil! Monsters that would murder innocent citizens for no reason other than to kill. That fear was the product of wartime propaganda used to encourage young men to military service and farmers to fight alongside them. But many didn't. Many ran. And with nowhere to go, nowhere to hide, hundreds of Japanese citizens hurled themselves off of a cliffside rather than to face torture at the hands of their perceived enemy.
Man, and apparently it's happening now. Like the Russians are doing that to avoid, like if they get close to being captured by Ukrainians, they just shoot themselves.
Just top themselves.
That to me is like peak fucking propaganda. Could you imagine, like, there's nothing in the world that I would die for? Imagine that, like imagine even kamikaze pilots. They had a big ass trip. They had to fucking, you know what I mean? They had like a solid amount of time to think about that.
I get anxious before I drive the car to Dublin. Imagine about to fly a plane and knowing you're going to... Like, I get anxious about crashing. Yeah. The boys are like, the aim of it is to crash.
Yes, please, let's crash.
Yeah. Like, but it is one of those things, isn't it? Cultures that don't allow you to ask questions. Because surely the main question is like, should we do this? Or should we like just throw rockets?
Yeah.
Like, is there not a way where no one has to die except the enemy?
Yeah, I think it's bizarre, like, because I thought, you know, you hear it in history books and stuff and you're like, oh, that was then, this is now. But like when you hear that the same thing is happening again now, you're like, oh, wow, we literally haven't progressed at all, actually. More things change, the more they stay the same.
Well, we're still the same. Like,
war never changes. Ron Perlman, Fallout intro.
And I would say, war, good God, what is it good for?
Nothing.
It's good for getting your hands on natural resources and things like that. Yeah. Pretty good. So he says, I was terrified at hearing this. I had no idea that this had happened. I was mortified and hit with such sadness that I began to cry. The sun was setting and the sky went from pink and blue to a deep orange and red. Mama-san reached out and held my hand, telling me not to worry. This was in the past, and the past is something we must always remember so that we never go back. She went on with her story. One young woman had followed through with this sacrifice with her 2 children, but she survived the fall. She was in a coma for months. When she did regain consciousness, she was horrified to realize that she was not with her children. They had been buried somewhere in that cemetery below, in an unmarked crypt that held many others. The woman would spend days and nights searching the cemetery, crying in pain, the torment of her loss unbearable, until the day she threw herself into the ocean to hopefully be reunited with her lost family. But they say she never found her children. Her act of suicide doomed her to purgatory. She would remain tortured for eternity. The sun had disappeared. The cemetery drowned in inky blackness, the main path, dotted with dim broken lights feebly illuminating small areas. Mama-san continued. She still wanders the cemetery, she said, looking for her kids. You can hear her crying. And then she pointed down. I didn't want to, but I did. I looked. In the back of the cemetery, in the darkness, there was a white figure. At first, a bright white shimmer, moving slowly, kind of shaking. It moved from side to side, like it was moving among the crypts, and you could actually hear crying. Softly at first, but then low moans and whimpers of pain as it got closer. I was terrified. I wanted to run, but Mama-san held my hand and whimpered that she wouldn't come up here. We were too far. But that is why we shouldn't go down there after dark. She said many don't know her story and call her the White Witch, and this angers her. It's best to stay away. It's best to pray for her. Mama-san said she comes out to see her often, hoping one day she will find her salvation. Needless to say, I never went down to that cemetery, not once. And I never sat back there with Mama-san again either. That was enough for me. I did, however, visit Suicide Hill.
Shouts out.
Cool. It's called Peace Prayer Park now, out of respect. I cried the whole time we were there. I prayed for all the souls and for forgiveness. So many Japanese citizens spoke with us, welcoming us, telling us stories, sharing with us. I didn't feel worthy, and my love for the country and its people was overwhelming. I'll never forget my time there. I'd like to go back to see if she's still there, wandering the graves, looking for her children.
Now, I'd like to go back to Japan as well.
I'd like to go back to Japan. I'd like to just leave Ireland and just live in Japan.
Yeah, same.
I'd like to go to Japan. I'd like to make enough money
to just
doing nothing.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
I was working today and I went, this is some load of tosh.
Yeah. Did you see abroad in Japan set up a bar in Shibuya?
Yeah. I saw, I actually didn't see that he had set up a bar in Shibuya.
Yeah, he bought one. I was like, just watching it, and I was like, because he goes out with another YouTuber, I think. And I was like, he's living his best little life over there now.
He had said that, I was watching a video with him. Yeah, he's the fellow who's always hammered. He's pretty cool. He was saying that if he's working out there teaching English on the JET program.
Well, he was,
yeah. But he was saying he wouldn't have stayed there for as long if that was the case because of the working hours and blah blah. But like he said, I just make content and live in like the classest place ever, and this is the best life.
Yeah, because I think that's the thing. If you become like a digital nomad, man, and you actually go to like a worthwhile place other than Bali or somewhere, like you will have the best time. Do you know? Like you can actually go see the world, live your best life, you know. But the problem is, like, what people don't really realize is like the likes of the Abroad in Japan guy, Chris Broad, like he's working all the time. His videos have really good production value. Like really good, like fairly exhaustingly good. Like when I watch him, I'm like, oh yeah, he's like spending a good portion of time on these.
Yeah, but I mean,
but still, he gets to, well, like he's making videos about cycling across the whole of Japan, so it's like, yeah, cool. It's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, no, it's cool, super cool. But people, really good, yeah. People haven't checked him out. Abroad in Japan, great
he's
stuff.
Had that YouTube channel for like 12 years. Yeah. When I first saw it, like it had a decent amount of views. It wasn't anything like it is now. Like he just released a book recently, which I think is called Abroad in Japan as well. Which is a great pun, as his second name is Broad. Wow. I worked for a man called Nick Broad once, many years ago. He had moved to Canada. But he didn't have a YouTube channel. He had a landscaping company, and I dug up.
Maybe he should have a YouTube channel.
A YouTube channel about landscaping.
Yeah, there are. Yeah. Listen, there's a YouTuber about everything.
I got sucked into the depths of watching a lad take stuff out of cow hooves.
Yeah,
I watched it for ages.
There's like the pimple poppers.
Yeah, I've watched a little bit of that before.
Like even guitars. I watched a really good guitar video. Andertons have a really good guitar based channel, but like they did a really fun video. The best way I describe them is like Top Gear for guitar players. And two of them did a blindfold test where one of them was blindfolded and the other one had 20 or 15 guitars, and he was playing them just through the amp, and he had to guess which guitar they were. Got all of them. Guessed them all blindfolded.
That ear,
like you're like, fucking hell.
I wouldn't get one right. I wouldn't get any right.
You might get a single coil versus humbucker.
I don't even know the difference.
You might
just be like
the best rule of Tom is like hard rock and metal humbucker and like more
jazzy, groovy.
No, jazzy a lot of time uses humbuckers too, but a lot of the more like plucky kind of, you'd know the difference. Like a lot of Jeff Buckley is a telly. Yeah, it's like jangly almost. Whereas humbucker is like your Zeppelins, your more heavy metal, your Metallicas or humbuckers, all that is humbucker based music. Do you know? You would know after a while. You'd know absolutely, but sure I wouldn't know like the difference between different guitars. Like I probably wouldn't be able to tell you the difference between a telly and a Strat. I don't think.
Yeah, they're very kind of close.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah,
you know,
they bought you single coils, you see, and I don't think I'd be able to tell you the difference. I probably would between a telly and a Les Paul. For sure, but I don't think I'd be able to tell you in a Strat.
I barely tell you the difference between acoustic and electric. I'd be like, I don't know. Fucking.
But basically, long story short, there is literally a YouTube channel for everything, and it's never a better time to be alive for that type of shit. It's fantastic. There's
so much. One of the only things about YouTube, it's like a great thing and a bad thing at the same time. Is your algorithm, like mine is awash with video game stuff.
Yeah, same.
And sometimes I just want like. Now I know I have the ability to type in anything that comes into my fragile little mind.
A bit more open.
Just like a slight bit.
You want it to have a bit more agency itself, maybe, to show you kind of what it thinks is cool, like other than that shit. I think there is a way to do that though.
I'm sure there probably is.
There is, because there's categories that they suggest. So you can scroll down through them and they will give you like different shit. But look, YouTube's gotten way better as well. It's class. So back onto our next story. A celebrity Russian spy whale was spotted with harnesses found dead in Norwegian waters. This is a story doing the rounds at the minute. So a white beluga whale named Valdemir, first spotted in Norway, not far from Russian waters, with a harness that ignited rumours he may be a spy, has been found dead. Rest in peace, Eamon, perhaps?
Vladimir, yeah. Yeah, did you ever see a white beluga whale in real life? I saw a couple in the Stanley Park Aquarium in Canada.
Right.
They had a white beluga whale called Kavanagh.
Bit cruel though.
And I was there with Brian
I actually
Kavanagh.
did see a white beluga whale in Valencia's place, I think.
Yeah, they look happy. I don't know if they are happy.
No, they have a smiley face.
They have a smiley face, but inside...
It's like dogs. Like, dogs smile, but are they smiling?
Your dog was in right form when I came in today. She just sat on my foot.
Yeah.
She had a lovely, happy...
Yeah.
Sometimes your dog is like, oh, I'm shagged. Sometimes your dog is bet. But she was in right form today.
Yeah, she's in rare form. She's getting cheeky, she's cheeky.
What's she doing
just cheekiness. She's getting very barky, cheeky fucker.
Yeah, was that her earlier when we were trying to
have
have
a cheeky bastard, like
Whopper interview?
She's
with
a demanding
Richard.
cheeky ballocks.
Yeah, me too.
And so, yeah, sometimes now I'm like, you're getting a bit too
Is it
cheeky.
because she's been used now with Kira being here? Now Kira's going back to work.
She's just she's getting more socialized, you see. So when we were in the old house, like, she wasn't as socialized because like people weren't coming and going from.
So
like,
now she's trying to talk to you. Isn't
yeah, now she's like, oh, people are around, I can vocalize myself. Like, she thinks she's talking, I suppose, But a Norwegian public broadcaster, NRK, reported that the whale carcass was found floating at the Rizavika Bay in southern Norway Saturday by a father and son who were fishing. The beluga, named by combining the Norwegian word for whale, Val, and Russian President Putin's first name, Vladimir, was lifted out of the water with a crane and taken to a nearby harbour for experts to examine. Unfortunately, we found him floating in the sea. He has passed away, but it's not immediately clear what the cause of death is, marine biologist Sebastian Strand told NRK, adding that no major external injuries were visible on the animal, perhaps like cyanide. What did the Russians like to poison you with? Like plutonium or some mad shit?
Oh no, they get that thing in the umbrella that they clock you with.
Yeah, what was it that?
Remember
like,
your man got all fucked up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what the drug was, but he was. I remember my ma telling me, like, she told me about the story before I'd ever looked into it when I was younger, and that guy was like super handsome. This her words. No, I'd say the lad's handsome as well. It wouldn't bother me. Handsome. Yeah, it's when that's what we call it in the Sausage Creed lineage. We don't call people handsome. We say hamsome. He's very handsome.
He resembles that of a ham.
I would never cut the back off my handsome man. Very handsome.
So she said he was handsome.
So he was very handsome. But then he got prodded with this thing and it made him like
Dracula.
He was like
Dragula.
He's like the start of Dracula, yeah, with Keanu Reeves. Whoa, Count Dracula. Is this whole castle yours? Whoa.
What a terrible way to die.
It's well, he didn't die for ages. That was the problem. I don't think he died. Yeah.
Like, shoot me in the head, please.
Yeah, I'd be like, Vladimir, please, a bullet to the head.
Yeah, so Strand, who has monitored Valdimir's adventures for the past 3 years on behalf of the Norway-based Marine Mind non-profit organisation, said he was deeply affected by the whale's sudden death. It's absolutely horrible, he said. He was apparently in good condition as of Friday, so we're trying to figure out what actually happened here. It's a 14-foot long and 1,200 kilogram, in brackets 2,700 pound whale, was first spotted by fishermen near the northern island of Ingoya, not far from the Arctic city of Hammerfest. What a fucking name that is. Sounds like a heavy metal fucking concert. Like,
never mind Donington. Start calling it Hammerfest.
There you go. In April 2019, he was wearing a harness and what appeared to be a mount for a small camera and a buckle marked with text that said "Equipment of St. Petersburg." That sparked allegations that the beluga was indeed a spy whale. Experts said the Russian Navy is known to have trained whales for military purposes. Over the years, the beluga was seen in several Norwegian coastal towns, and it quickly became clear that he was very tame and enjoyed playing with people, NRK said. It's like a seal. Like, seals, I would probably get eaten to death by a seal if a cute one came up on a beach close to me. I seen a picture on Reddit today of like someone in Wicklow that came up and it just basically looked like a golden retriever with flippers.
Oh, it's when it's a cub, is it?
Yeah, but they're still kind of big, like some
yeah,
of them.
yeah. No, we went out to the Salty last time we went out to Salty years ago. But we were out snorkeling and it was cubbing season. They were so cute, but they were swimming around me, so I was snorkeling out and like the fella, because we had a little boat, so we were going around and swimming, and the seals were just very inquisitive, you know. Yeah. Didn't bite me though, because I went.
Didn't find your handsome.
We were they knew I was handsome, but like they knew not to mess with me. They could tell by the big sausage cream head of me. They're like, They're like, I'm not messing with this handsome man.
He'll hack us to bits with a handbags.
He'll eat Anton. He'll fry Anton up. I'm telling you, water.
You might be eating well now, and I know you're not a big Assassin's Creed fan, but there's a Japanese one coming out.
Yeah, I saw that, and you can switch
maybe that might
between.
sway you.
There's like cool
big black lad
cool
or a
girl.
Japanese dude. What's your best of both worlds? Yeah.
Yasuke.
What more do you want?
He was. I read up about him. He was like.
He's a real dude.
He's a real dude.
Everyone was getting incensed on Twitter, going like, "Why are the woke putting in black people into the game for no reason?"
It's like historical.
It's like no, he was
you wouldn't
historical.
like
He existed over
Ubisoft would be really stupid to just be like, let's put in an Irish lad. How you getting on? Anyone up for a sword fight?
They should though, just for the laugh. If I was a game developer, I'd just put in like
Just start doing it.
I do like Assassin's Creed 2 remake, and instead of Ezio, I do like a rainbow hair color transgender dude.
Yeah, I think in Street Fighter 7, like Ryu should be a crippled lesbian or something like that.
Just throw him in there.
Like,
Like, I want now, bitch.
Yeah, I think.
And
we
then
should
you have to
just
pay
lean
for
hard into
DLC
this
to get
the
Ezio.
actual one you want. Yeah, that's actually a good way to make money, and just be blatant about it, and don't even. You know the way the game companies would always cleverly try to make you buy this. That's like, no, if you want Ezio, you may pay me. I don't give a fuck. If Michael O'Leary made video games, that's what it'd be like.
It'd be like, we're trying to do something progressive here, lads, right?
Listen,
if you want the DLC, you gotta
if you
buy the
don't
DLC.
think that you can identify as this, that, or the other, you're the problem. So from now on, Ryu has a willy, but he thinks he's a girl, and that's the end. Ryu has like a sweet pair of tits and a cock in the next Street Fighter.
That'd be class.
I
might switch Ryu.
I would
I might
still
be a
play
Ryu man.
Ryu. I would
I
still
might
play
be a
Ryu,
Ryu
and
man.
he has his beard.
I might be a Ryu man.
Sometimes, because they wouldn't in Capcom as well. Like Capcom wouldn't give you the extra costume.
No.
If you wanted this a cockaless, you give us the money. No, they wouldn't.
So just a little bit on our Russian spy whale there. Apparently he was interested with people and he'd respond to hand signals. And based on observations, it appeared as if he arrived in Norway by crossing from Russian waters, where it was presumed that it was held in captivity.
I wonder if they had some sort of like, when the dog goes past the fence, and they're like
sonar. Yeah, I'd say so. Now Norwegian media are speculating whether it was some kind of therapy whale from Russia. Would Russia have therapy whales?
Why would Russia doesn't have therapy
No,
people?
yeah, why would they
have therapy whales? Like,
very true. Yeah, I think now I would liken it to maybe trying out some spy software. Yeah, honestly, not a bad shout. Like, throw a GoPro on the back of a whale, send him out for a couple of hours, see if he finds anything.
That's probably exactly how it was sold. Yeah. Like you said it, but in Russian.
Yeah.
Sure, probably just throw a camera away and just see what happens. Sure, what's problem?
Sure, he's tame enough. He'll come back to us with his. We'll
give him the hand singer. Just come here.
Then he'll come in.
Go away.
Why not? Why not?
I think beluga whales are very nice.
They're cute.
Yeah.
I've been to a few aquariums, but I don't like them.
No,
I should probably stop going to them.
No, I agree with you. It's one of those, because like we don't have mad good aquariums in Ireland. Like we have aquariums are good, but they have animals that you don't really care are in a tank.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think the animals care either. No. It's like no one wonders about the freedom of a goldfish.
No,
really.
But they should.
Should they? Maybe they should. I don't know.
A goldfish in a tank is shite. Put him in a pond, he's now koi.
He's big.
He'll turn into a koi? I think he does. I don't think that's true. That's how it happens. I think that's how it happens.
So it's just if he has more water, he turns.
It's like a Pokemon, he evolves. No, I think it actually is. Like, I'm not joking.
I don't think you're correct.
I think I'm right.
I think you're wrong about that. Actually.
I'm telling you, man. A mate of mine, Rat, shouts out if he's listening. He does listen to the podcast. He's at our live show. He had a goldfish in his house.
Now I have to sink a pond in my back garden and buy a load of goldfish.
No, he had
if they don't turn into
I don't remember much about Bob's house, but I remember that goldfish.
Koi fish everywhere.
No, he's just in a tank. It was even more impressive. It was in a tank, a small enough tank. I'm not joking. It was about that long.
Right. How did he make it be that big? Did
he
bring it out to the pond and bring it back?
We were like 9, and I was just like, the size of that fucking goldfish, probably 10. I was like, that's mad. And it's literally stuck with me to this day, his goldfish. I wonder how long it lived. Could be still alive, the size of it.
It's probably taken over. It's annexed part of the house. It's just growing
in the sitting room, chilling. Simon, a robot gets a face of living skin and it looks like that.
Oh, there we go again. Ever present in my nightmares.
Well, it does.
It does look like that. It looks like a pair of Billy Roll that's coming to life. It looks like, ugh.
So yeah, fill us in.
Go. The uncanny feat is the result of new technology using engineered living skin tissue and human-like ligaments to give robots a more natural smile.
Does it look natural?
No, it looks like Thomas the Tank Engine.
Does.
Like,
it actually does.
I think we should be giving trains natural smiles. According to Tokyo University researchers who have unveiled their work this week, they say, in this study, we managed to replicate human appearance to some extent by creating a face with the same surface material and structure as humans. Professor Soji Takuji, the team leader, said in a news release. In the process, he added, we identified new challenges such as the necessity for surface wrinkles and a thicker epidermis to achieve a more human-like appearance.
Yeah, you want
because
that
what could be
epidermis.
worse than on the eve of AI that we can now have a more human-like... What's going to happen? And this will happen many years from now. Lads start going out with girls, having a great time, and they get together a long time, in love and all, and it's a robot.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Happy days then, class.
Actually having a robot, yeah, because then you don't have
But like
to...
Alien, you fucking put in a chip and off is annoying you. You're like, oh, I'll get a new module for you, change it. You know what I mean? And
yes,
then you go,
I will cook the dinner. You know, that'd be pretty good.
yeah, it'd be class, man.
Yeah.
So that's what you do.
You don't have to treat it well or pay... Like, you know, with a real relationship, you have to show compassion,
boring.
be nice.
Boring.
You know, work towards a mutual goal.
Boring.
What a load of tosh. Robot, just be like, fuck you.
That's all you want. And then when you're bored, you go in the cupboard.
Yeah, in
See
the
you later,
cupboard.
in the wardrobe.
Not enough space in this house for two of us. In the
Get in
cupboard.
the wardrobe there.
Yes. Come back out for sandwiches at 6. Yes. A Pharmatron.
Class.
Yeah.
That's like you're talking about in like Japan and stuff, the bird rates plummeting and like people aren't riding because of like tough
That'll be the
work
first
conditions.
robo city.
When this comes along, when the old epidermis gets to the right thickness, you know what I'm saying? Then we're all fucked because like literally there'll be a lot of people, and I don't blame them, where they're like, yeah, I'll just get a robot. Grand.
Do you think that this is evolution just going, yeah, ready for the next phase now? Humans have had their day. Now it's time to slowly just let them get lost. Like Tears in the Rain as another famous robot
because
said.
we're in an in-between, I think, at the minute, humanity. Like, we can't do everyone can't do the tomorrow, like, everyone has to just ride everyone, because you'd have anarchy. Everyone would be fucking stabbing each other and cracking up, right?
Well, we can't.
And
Like, we're
then you
too
can't
big to
do
go
the, like,
back.
let's everyone be monogamous. Like, a lot of people aren't happy doing that either, right?
We can't go forward and we can't go back. We
So
can't go
we're
back to
in
being the
limbo.
tribes. We're in
What I'm
robo
saying is
territory.
Robo-C.
Yeah, I think Robo-C is a good idea.
Get a bit of Robo-C in there.
Obviously, we both love our human
Yeah.
partners.
But I'm just offering, like, I'm being sort of a spokesman for Robo-C, because I don't think there's enough people representing it. You know, people are afraid to represent it, you see, because they don't want to be, I'm a weirdo. And then girls are somehow grossed out about it. Meanwhile, they're going around with big mad robo Mickeys that they buy online, fucking 2-stroke engines for 115 horsepower.
Maybe women
motor Mickey.
Maybe women know, mains power dildos. Maybe women have kind of been like, maybe the reason they don't like it is because, like, that's the only part I don't need the rest of the thing. I just
Is that
need
not
this.
even more weird, perhaps?
I think society
in the
has
event
normalized
the
it.
event where you have so when you have like class thick epidermis fellas and all, right, and big mad Mickey and whatever you want, is it not more weird to only want
to
the
only
Mickey?
want to do it yourself. Yeah,
To
probably.
just only want that
I don't know.
part.
Do you think that, like, you know, the way in Near,
Yeah, I do know
automated,
that.
like,
No.
these electric things follow you around, like, so they're kind of floating. You're like, I can't remember the name of it, but you can hang out of it and, like, it can tell you stuff and scan the environment. Do you think you'll have one of these float around you, but it's just like a flashlight? It's just, you'll be like, oh, I feel tension levels rising, and it just goes down.
See, I
That's what
think
it has
we'll
to
be
do.
known, our generation will be known as the Gooners, like, and
No,
I
we'll
don't
be
mean
the
Arsenal
last.
fans, I
We'll
mean
be the last
Gooners,
ones.
like,
No,
like
we're
we're
the last.
Gooners, like old school. Like, I think anyone that came up under the rise of the internet, I think we're just habitually Gooners because we were exposed to all mad shit, like,
Yeah.
so we're a bit more like fucking weird, I think the generations coming up now will probably be a lot more decent.
Do you think they'll go back?
I think they'll be decent.
So, like,
they'll go back.
Have we maxed out with where we are now?
Yeah,
Like,
we're
everything
good.
is so confusing and bizarre, and we want to respect everyone, but we don't understand what's going on or who's doing it, and none of our information makes sense, and massively polarized societies. And the next one will just be like, back to work now, 9 to 5, no fucking around.
I think there'll be a course correction.
Robot.
Yeah.
The only difference, and the only positive difference maybe, will be robot sex for all.
They'll be like, you know, in like 30 years, like, you know, the only people interested in sex epidermis robots are gooners like us, probably.
I think people will think it's
'Cause we're
gross.
gooners.
They'll be like, you had.
They will,
you
yeah,
had-
but
you
them
had
same people,
skin
like
on-
I said,
Skin on skin.
them people, like I said, have
Disgusting.
got like fucking, a dryer motor connected up to a big mad Mickey.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
They have like a petrol.
cast the first stone,
you have
brother.
to pull a fucking cord.
Cast the first stone, brother. Take a good hard look at yourselves.
Jesus never said anything about robots.
He should.
I think. Do you think
We
maybe
need a
that,
new revision.
that they'll come back because Jesus, like the second coming, but it won't be Revelation. So be like, I need to update the scriptures
Yeah, he
because
should.
with robots and all,
Yeah.
it's getting a bit dicey now. So he'll come back and he'll be like,
That would be really cool. If like in Japan and Tokyo they unveil this big mad class X robot and then like the next day Jesus shows up
Here's
in
one.
fucking Jerusalem.
Here's
He's
one.
like, right boys, I'm
they
back.
unveil the robots. Jesus is one of the robots. The second coming
That'd
is
be class.
Robo Jesus, and he's like, I have merged with everything, blah blah blah. But he would be ubiquitous because now he's Robo Jesus, so he can get into all your devices. So he's actually ubiquitous.
That would be class.
That's actually a good story.
There you go.
That's my story.
That's
None
it.
of yous robbed that.
That's too late. It's already gone.
I'm trying to write the
Someone's
spooky
taking it.
story. Trying to write the spooky story for a Halloween episode.
Very good.
I have a template. I have a premise.
Halloween's getting juicy this year. Our listeners don't even know what's going to hit them, but it's going to be a juicy Halloween this year.
Yeah.
I promise you that.
I don't even know.
No, he doesn't
I don't
know,
even
but
know.
it's going to be juicy.
Juicy.
Yeah, think about
The juice is going to pour down your mouth
the red wedding.
like some sort of broken robotic cock.
Think about the red wedding, except for podcasts. A lot of good shit.
Lads going around with wolves for heads and all.
Mad shit's going on. Mad's going on. Anyway, look, back to the epidermis.
Anyway, the approach promises to make robots more lifelike. Ooh. And in the future, the researchers say, similar techniques could be used on humans. Yeah, let's do it on the robots first. That does make sense. Yeah. In the cosmetics and plastic surgery industries, their findings were published in the journal Cell Reports Physical Science. To overlay and connect the lab-produced skin on a robotic skeleton, a layer of collagen gel containing cultured human dermal fibroblasts,
Nice.
a type of connective tissue cell, binds to an innovative system of tiny V-shaped perforations in the surface, letting the skin move with the underlying structure without tearing or peeling. The work of muscles creating a smile and other motions is done by actuators.
Bit of an actuator.
No, it goes like... I am smiling at 80%
What's your smile like?
capacity.
You probably got a good smile, have you? It's quite nice, better than mine.
I
I
might
noticed
smile-
you don't smile much in pictures.
I don't show my teeth.
You should. You've got good teeth,
I
good
think-
smile on you,
I
you big
think-
bastard.
Showing your teeth.
What are you, a fucking chimpanzee? or
Yeah,
something?
exactly. People think I'm gonna fight them. I go, hi,
Yeah, but
pleasure
you look
to
like
meet you. And they put their
no,
guard up.
because you look like you have Bell's palsy in pictures you put up because you're not smiling. Like I have to not smile because I've got fucking my teeth are like a piano that's falling down the stairs. But
Yeah, I don't know. I always smile, but you know when you don't show your
mate.
full teeth.
but you've got nice fucking teeth. Like
they're
lads be
grand,
paying a lot of money for your fucking
I
teeth.
paid them, and they're for me, and I'm not going to show them
That's
off
what- but
free of
that's what you
charge.
should.
I'm on OnlyFans.
You're waiting till you get the fucking
smiling.
Lanzarote, wherever you're going to eat big bollocks. That's what you're waiting. Do that. in
Hi
pictures.
guys. Just
No, as I've seen you in pictures lately, you look like you've had a stroke. I'm like, what's going on with Eamon? Like, why isn't he giving us this big smile?
no, just part of my face has gone wrong like Jim Ross. Part of my face don't work no more. Where do you learn to fall off a 20-foot ladder? This God is my witness. He's broken in half.
You're like that.
Yeah, I go like that. I go.
God gave you a good smile.
Because I'm in the gym, the Jeff Ross, the Jim Ross Appreciation Club.
So I think if I had nice straight teeth like
You
yours,
son of a bitch! You son of a bitch, Rob! He's making fun of my smile, you son of a bitch!
if I had teeth like yours, I'd be smiling away at myself.
You can
delighted.
have teeth like mine.
I can. I have to pay thousands of euros to do that. though,
Yeah,
so.
for a mere pittance, you can have teeth like mine. Yeah. My parents, thankfully, they paid the money back in the day.
My parents just went, nah.
Funny enough, they had a little cross teeth down here.
That's grand. That's
Pay
fine.
thousands euro, and
That's
then your
fine.
teeth are just like, nah.
Cross
and
teeth
then
is
they
grand.
go back to where they want
Cross
to.
up fucking.
Yeah, fucking
cross
DP
up.
teeth.
That's all good, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Smile more.
I just like to go like this. I go.
Yeah, I know what you do.
That's
It's
it.
Bell's palsy. Yeah, like that's it.
So this is a gag.
That's it.
I know.
You look like a Michael Myers mask or something.
Yeah. People stay away from me. All I want is solitude and peace. But as soon as I go, hi, then everyone rushes in.
That's
Look
great.
at the nice man with his shining delf. Well, let me tell you something about self-healing. When I get that feeling, it's a big deal. So the Japanese people say, a summer healing is a big deal. Some chemical-based materials can be made to heal themselves with nanobodies in your blood ready to expire in 2027.
Yeah,
they can be made to heal themselves, but they require triggers such as heat, pressure, or other signals, and they also do not proliferate like cells. Biological skin repairs minor lacerations, as ours does, and nerves and other skin organs can be added for use in sensing, and so on. It's critical for robots to have the ability to heal and self-repair, because what could go wrong if the robots can heal themselves better than the humans with the great robotic war of 2027?
Bit of an epidermis.
The researchers said in their study, because even small scratches could develop into serious impairments, biomimetic robots could also become even more realistic with thicker skin, Takeuchi said, adding that future
Takeuchi.
Takeuchi.
Making up Japanese names.
Oh, Takeuchi, what the fuck are you doing? You have made the robot evil. The demons will take over the robots. Will be fighting a religious and robotic war. All the wars, religious, robotic. Then all the Islamophobes become religious, robotic, racist. All the wars, all the wars.
Class.
He says that future project will add sensors, pores, and even sweat glands and fat. You won't be able to tell the difference. You won't be able to feel the difference.
You won't.
The team's paper says their work could also bring insights into how humans' wrinkles are formed. Smoking fags. It turns out that the smoke of the fag is no good.
Frowning and fags.
Stress, frowning.
My frowning
I
scar.
have a forever one here, yeah. I got that as well.
Removing.
Yours joins together, mine just goes on the right side.
Mine is starting to yes conversion.
Yeah.
It's just I got a big
Take over,
Gordon
you're just
Ramsay.
gonna have a giant like
Gordon
vagina
Ramsay.
flap your whole way down your face. It's I'm like Akuma at the start of fucking Street Fighter 6. Break you up. There's a few more words.
Epidermis.
Robots, skin, giant mimetic willies.
I'm going to ask you now. You're a very busy man, the busiest man
Yeah,
ever.
I'm very busy.
Are you not playing any games then? No, too busy. Yeah, nothing.
Tried to play a game last night.
What you trying to play?
Turn everything.
What you trying to play?
Couldn't even try to play a game. Just turned everything off. Too tired. I actually started playing a puzzle game called Vessel.
Oh yeah.
You put water into a
vessel.
And you solve puzzles.
Sounds good.
You can create water entities, much like the crazy and bizarre cryptids that we cover in this amazing podcast.
The Ninja, that's one of them.
The Ninja, he was a big fella of the water. These are made out of the water, but you can convert them into like other lads, and you can step on them and explode them. Fairly dirt. No, it's a good game, but I'm not gonna. I just play it on the PlayStation. I'm just gonna throw my PlayStation 5 in the bin. To be honest, no point. Like, there's no point.
You're too
anymore.
busy. Like,
I can't get to do it. I just want.
You're just too busy.
Going to see The Crow tomorrow.
Just
it's been called 2024's worst movie of the year, so obviously I'll buy tickets for that and support it.
I went to see Alien again.
It's a good idea.
Really enjoyed it again on the second watch. I didn't go again deliberately, but Kira and the lads hadn't seen it, so I was like, right, we'll go again. Yeah, really. I think actually on a second watch, I'll be bold. Okay. I'd say it's actually better on a second watch. I'll be very brazen.
Did you get a bit more in? Because like when you're watching a movie for the first time, I feel a lot of the time you're just swept on the journey, and that's what a good movie should do, right? You shouldn't be questioning all the stuff. Did you get any more like from the lore or the?
There's lots of things that you miss. One of the things that most people miss is the timeline. So that film is actually before Aliens.
Is it?
Yeah,
right.
It occurs before Aliens. Yeah. A lot of people also thought that it was the Nostromo because there was a rook there.
Yeah,
but no.
The rook is a part of a series.
Yeah. So, no, but it was really good.
So they're all named after chess pieces then?
Yeah,
Bishop,
they are.
Rook. Mm-hmm. What was the other? Was there another lad?
There was.
Winona Ryder, what was she called? Pawn?
Yeah, probably.
Fucking
Pawn Stars.
Horsey.
Hardcore Pawn. No, great, really good. again, I think the main one was really good. I should probably know her name instead of just calling her
The main one.
Your one.
I thought was fairly good. The fella who plays the android he's
very
he
good
does
too.
he basically does two characters in one movie. Get away from her.
You bitch.
bitch.
That line shouldn't have been in there.
No, even just get away from her.
That would have been okay.
If you had left that in. Or just, you bitch. That would have been
You
pretty
bitch.
good. You bitch.
Yeah, doing that and playing
Street Fighter 6 on the road to becoming a master.
very close.
I wanna be the very best.
I'm telling you, they don't realise, Eamon. These people in Ireland and the UK, they don't realise.
They don't realise what's coming. They don't realise what's coming.
I'm coming to batter him. I'm silently waiting. I'm biding me time. Play the Diamond
Bob.
4 fucking Luke there today. Bet the shit out of him.
Destroyed.
I'm Diamond 3. I'm coming up.
Yeah,
very
you're
close.
2 diamonds
I'm in
away.
the elite.
You're in the elite.
I'm almost there now.
Yeah.
I'm going to batter bitches.
Well, I'm throwing my PS5 in the bin if you want to come up and get it.
Going up to batter, lads. If anyone's curious, it's the best fighting game ever made.
No. You heard it here first, folks.
It is.
Well, no,
it
definitely
is.
not
Actually,
first.
it
Or the
actually
first
is.
time I said here. It is very good.
No, it's the best fighting game ever made.
very good.
There's no debating. It's actually
It is
the
a
best.
subjective question.
No, but objectively,
They did science and
it's
it's the best. It's the best fighting game
It
ever.
actually is.
Someone did science and they were
Now,
like,
Tekken 8, look, is up there. Pretty good. Fairly robust. You know, grand. Tekken, grand. It's grand. It's grand. I playing Kingdom Come Deliverance. Really getting into the swing of that. Really enjoying it. For any of our Steam Deck owners, runs great on the old Steam Deck. Really funny quest where you meet a priest and he's only recently become a priest. He's like older, but he was like a swordsman kind of guy.
Okay.
But he's both get pissed and ride a load of hookers. And then the next morning he's late for a sermon, so he's like, here, you were in that big town there. Do you want to just make up a speech and pretend that you met like the bishop in that town? And then you're like, yeah, so you have to get up on stage and like improv the whole speech. And
As
like you've
things
got
are coming
options to choose.
and
like
the congregation
the crowd,
reacts to that. Very
yeah.
good,
So,
very good.
no, quite cool. Very, very good game, actually. Really fun. It's worth sticking with because at the start it's quite slow.
Slow, yeah.
There's also ditties in it, which is always a bonus for me.
yeah, I
The game
think
usually
ditties-
gets an extra point.
Are they proper ditties?
Yeah,
like
real
proper
full-on ditties,
flopping
yeah,
around
yeah,
the place
full-on
and all,
ditties.
like, deadly.
You get an extra point
Ditties
for
are
that.
good, yeah.
For us gooners.
Yeah, schooners who just want tits on everything.
Yeah. Other than that, I'll be getting Astro this week. Astrobots Playroom, whatever the fuck that's called.
I don't have time to do anything. Like, I
You
finish
need
work.
to make time. You're an
I
introvert
need
and you're
to get
you're
a
burning the
I
candle
need
at
to
both
get a
ends.
robotic wife.
You're burning the candle at both ends and you're an introvert, so you need to sort yourself out where you're going
I
to
need to get
explode.
energy.
You're going to explode. It's not energy you need.
Because
You
I'm
need
one
less.
step closer to the edge and I'm about to break.
Yeah. No, you need. Now you're burning the candle at both ends.
Well, I've been having a very stressful. Now I'm coming up on 40, so maybe my body is
You're
pushing
you're
the last of
socialized
its
kind of
youth out.
person.
I've been at some very intense parties the last few
socialite.
days. I was at a Brazilian party and they
You're
were all
socialite.
doing the arse dance,
Of course they were. Yeah.
twerking.
When in Rome.
Boom, 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 boom.
You were left
boom,
out then, I
boom.
take it.
No, I was able to drop fairly low. I could drop pretty low actually. They were
No,
they,
with the arse, no
they
arse.
no arse. They were like, he can twerk so fast because he doesn't have the mass. He's just like a little pencil flying around the place.
Cheese string.
Yeah,
That's
cheese
flopping
string.
around like cheese string.
I tell you one thing though, there was more fucking
Oh,
concave in there than
No, of course. BBLs.
convex.
It's in the
concave.
name. It's in the name, BBL. Brazilian butt lift. That's what it is.
No, I don't think any of these. Well, there was
No,
definitely a few. that had
BBLs,
bullets. There's a few of them that are like bubble butt. Bubble,
Most men
bubble,
are
bubble
really
butt.
bad at spotting fake arses, by the way, and a lot of arses nowadays are fake. I will say that. It's very obvious.
You're one of the few, one of the chosen.
I have a
that can
real
spot.
good arse. I go into that Brazilian
Arse
place and be all
detector.
going, where is this motherfucker from Sao Paulo or like something else going on?
Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy, look at him.
I go in there
Look at
singing
the arse
Barry
on
Manilow,
him.
all fuck them all up.
Yeah, I
So
tell you,
I-
they were all so beautiful as well. Like
yeah.
everyone there was so beautiful.
I can do beautiful as well. Give me fake teeth.
Yeah.
I can do beautiful.
Big Simon Cowell mouthed Delph on you, fucking off you pop.
What's up, guys?
Oh,
I could-
absolutely
Not
terrible.
beautiful. Are you at your most beautiful now, would you say? Or are you sort of coming down off the hill? of
I'd say I'm
beautiful?
coming down off the hill.
Do you
of beautiful
reckon?
now. Yeah, I'd say
When was your peak like? would you
it's.
say?
I would say maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, athletic body, short
We're in 2020.
short hair, less greys. 2020 broke it off me. Yeah,
That was peak aiming.
Now I'm. Well, that's when I was most athletic. Saw a picture of myself and I was like, Jesus Christ, I had a fucking banging body back then. I was like, wow, that was pretty good.
BBL and everything.
I was looking because Paolo was going through all the pictures and I went, fucking hell. I
I
really let myself go. Wow.
It's your socialite lifestyle, man.
Well, that's it. Like I'm
you're
living,
partying,
I'm
living La Vida Loca.
I'm
as the
just
president
out hedonistic maniac. And
yeah,
just
you're ridiculous.
drinking,
I would actually class
drugging.
you as ridiculous.
I was pouring bottles of wine from a height into my mouth, and then I just would pour down my chest, and then the women would come up and lick the excess, and I'd say, "Get away from me, wench!"
You're at your Ice Wide Shut parties.
Yeah,
like hedonistic ballocks.
Yeah, the wanks are deadly. Just memory, just thinking of the parties, gooning out, gooning hard. What have you been doing? Just playing fucking games?
Have I been? No, I'm trying to think when I was more sexy. It's hard to know. Like, it could be.
Right now.
I've got me mysterious.
This moment.
You know,
you're three-piece.
I'm very mysterious at the minute. Like, what does it mean?
Ray Mysterious.
That's my new name, Ray Mysterious.
Ray Mysterious.
I mean, you put me in a fucking suit right now. Put me in one of them like Hispanic looking suits.
Hair, sunglasses.
In trouble.
Yeah, a lot of people
could be more handsome.
I'd say a lot of people could be in trouble.
I could play M. Bison then, you know. Yeah, maybe now it's hard to say. Like, I've never had facial hair. I think people look at you different when you have it.
Yeah, they're more respectful.
They are.
They just
there's
go
a bit more. I feel like there's a lot of people who just don't entertain you if you have no facial hair.
If you don't have facial hair,
no, they don't take you seriously.
Would you be able to grow the rest?
Nah,
of it?
fuck no.
Really?
It's barren.
It's just barren. It's gone.
Japanese all around there. Half Japanese.
Well, that's right. Japanese lads give it a go.
Like 30%.
You have a fairly, like, it's a fairly good spread.
It's concentrated.
It's thick.
It's just all together.
How do you find it manages with your skin? Do you have like I have wiry, strong beard.
It's all good.
And that's bad for my skin. My skin can take a beating from it.
My skin at the minute is not great, but my facial hair is good, and so the skin being not great is no consequence. Bit of eczema at the minute.
Do you shave that?
Yeah, keep
do you?
it.
So you don't want to have it the whole way down. No, but I mean, there's a gap.
No, you leave the gap. Sure, just your fucking soul.
No, but I mean, does it grow there? But you specifically. Yeah. So you have a soul. You have like a D'Artagnan kind of a.
Woof 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 woof. You need that going on there. Sure, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, how's Kira like?
She doesn't comment. Probably best. Keep your thoughts to herself.
He was saying nothing about my head.
Can be, you say something about someone's image that's you're getting into very murky waters there.
Yeah. You do feel like a bit misogynistic because you tell me to smile more, which I think is.
You should though, man. Seriously, like,
I'm not showing these teeth, man.
Why not?
There's light dances off my teeth, like some sort of. When I smile at you, it's like a near-death experience. You go, I was surrounded by a loving white light.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, look, who knows really? But that's all I'm doing. No, to answer your question, I had quite a social weekend as well. Actually, for your information, smart hours. I was in with my neighbours having a meal. Had a meal with my neighbours. They cooked us a meal
over there.
Yeah. And then
weird, wasn't
it? Class. And then it was actually class. It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you eat?
Lasagna.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like a good lasagna? And a lot of drink. It's quite funny actually because I went over a lot of cans in my pockets because I didn't know whether they'd have drink or not. So, like, I just kept pulling cans out of my pockets throughout the night.
Like some sort of like tall clown just like, full of like helium balloons.
Like, here's what I got earlier. Woo! Drinking other cans. So that was good. I enjoyed that. Good. And then Saturday cinema. So quite social actually.
That's pretty good, yeah. And then Sunday.
Video games. Yeah, watch Chelsea, played video games.
Yeah, how'd Chelsea do?
Shite, as usual. Played Chelsea. I don't mind watching teams play shite. It's kind of entertaining. And then played video games probably.
That sounds
bit of Kingdom Come.
Sounds like good.
Wholesome, I would say.
Yeah.
There we are now.
How much time was that?
About an hour.
That's about. These lads are spoiled.
Well, they're spoiled next Monday. Let me tell you.
I'll tell you next Monday.
It's going to legendary broadcasters.
If you condense my life into one day, it would be next Monday.
There you go. We'll leave it there. I've been Rob.
Amen.
Mini Fuzz over and out.
Sure.